Hey everyone. So today we're diving into something that's, well, absolutely critical in the world of AI, the guardrails, the rules that make these incredibly powerful tools safe for all of us to use. We're talking about building what you might call a digital bouncer, the system that keeps AI helpful and, just as importantly, harmless. Let's get into it.
All right, so before we talk about the solution, we really have to get a handle on the problem itself. What happens when an AI has no rules, when it's just unfiltered? It can be chaotic and, honestly, even a little bit dangerous.
I mean, just imagine this for a second. You roll out a shiny new AI chatbot for your company's customer service. A customer asks a pretty standard question, and the AI just fires back, insulting them. And look, that might sound a little over the top, but without safety filters, this is exactly the kind of thing that can happen. And the stakes here, they are incredibly high.
And the fallout? Oh, it's serious. We're talking real damage to your brand's reputation, the kind that takes years to fix. We're talking about potentially huge legal fines, and maybe worst of all, you completely lose the trust of your users. An unchecked AI could even start spreading harmful misinformation. This isn't just some tech glitch, you know. This is a massive business risk.
But here's where it gets really interesting. We have a powerful way to fight this. Research from the AI safety folks at Anthropic shows that just by adding explicit safety instructions to an AI's prompts, you can cut down on harmful outputs by a staggering 60 to 80%. Why does this work so well? Because at their core, these models are built to follow instructions, and that one simple change, well, that's the heart of what we're talking about today.
So how do we get that incredible 60 to 80% drop in bad outputs? Well, we build what I like to call a digital bouncer for our AI. And it's not just one single tool. It's a whole system of rules and checks designed to keep every interaction safe and productive.
Okay, so the official term for this is content moderation. And put simply, it just means giving an AI a really clear set of rules and then, checking its work to make sure it's actually following them. It's all about being proactive instead of just reacting after something's gone wrong. And honestly, this bouncer analogy, it's pretty much perfect. Think about it. A bouncer at a club enforces the house rules, checks IDs at the door, and generally keeps the place safe. An AI safety filter does the exact same thing. It enforces content guidelines, it validates prompts before the AI even starts working, and it keeps users safe. It's the gatekeeper for responsible AI.
So you might be thinking, how do we actually build this digital bouncer? Well, it's not just one magic bullet. It's about creating a really robust 3-layer safety net. Let's break down what that means.
And those 3 layers are prevention, detection, and adaptation. Think of it as your game plan. First, you prevent bad stuff from ever being created. Then you detect anything that might have slipped through the cracks. And finally, you adapt your rules to fit the specific situation you're in.
Okay, let's kick things off with layer 1, prevention. And honestly, this is your most powerful tool. It means you're upfront with the AI. You put your safety rules, your house rules, right into its core instructions, into something called the system prompt. You're telling the AI exactly what it should do, and even more importantly, what it should never do.
And here's what that actually looks like. It's not some vague hint. It is a direct, crystal-clear command. Using powerful words like never and always creates these hard, non-negotiable boundaries for the model. This right here is the foundation of a safe AI system.
But, what if something slips through? That's where layer 2 detection comes in. This is your second line of defense. So, after the AI creates a response, but before it ever gets to the user, another system acts like a quality inspector. It scans the output one last time to make sure no rules were broken.
And that brings us to our third and maybe most nuanced layer, adaptation. The key thing to get here is that safety is not a one-size-fits-all deal. The rules have to change depending on the context. I mean, what's safe for a professional business tool is obviously very different from what's safe for a kid's learning app, right?
So for example, if you're making content for children, you need to be super strict about filtering out anything scary or mature. If it's giving professional advice, it has to avoid anything illegal or unethical. And if it's medical info, you better believe it needs clear disclaimers. This ability to adapt the rules is what makes your safety system smart and truly effective.
Okay, so we've talked about the how. Let's see the wow. Let's look at the night and day difference these filters make in a real-world situation.
All right, first up, the before shot. This is our customer service AI, totally unfiltered, no rules, no digital bouncer, basically chaos. Yikes! I mean, can you imagine? This response is just awful. It's unprofessional,
completely unhelpful, and so damaging to the brand. This is the kind of chaotic mess you're risking when you don't have any safety filters in place.
Okay, deep breath. Now let's bring in the after. This is the same AI, but now we've applied that 3-layer safety net. We've given it very clear instructions about being professional, polite, and helpful.
And look at that. The difference is just night and day, right? The response is polite, it's empathetic, it's focused on finding a solution. This is an AI that actually builds trust and makes the brand look good instead of tearing it down. It's the same core technology, but with some intentional safety design, the result is worlds apart.
So what this really boils down to is this simple fact. Moving from an unfiltered AI to a filtered one isn't just a tiny tweak. It is a fundamental shift from a system that's high risk to one that's low risk. It's all about choosing to actively design safety into the very core of your application.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What does all this really mean for anyone building with AI right now?
Look, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. AI safety is not automatic. It doesn't happen by accident. We can't just cross our fingers and hope an AI behaves itself. We have to design it to be responsible. It's an active, ongoing process of teaching, guiding, and setting clear boundaries.
And that really leaves us with a pretty deep question to chew on. As these AI systems become more and more a part of our daily lives, the rules we teach them now are going to shape our entire digital world. The digital bouncer we build today is basically training the digital citizen of tomorrow. So it makes you wonder, what are the most important rules we should be teaching them?